So we are sitting in line of cars. I'll try to zoom in a little bit. This line goes for quite a little bit. I see a guy in a yellow shirt up here, or like a safety shirt or something. So he's probably coming in trying to like check people in. But it's a little bit of a line. We're slowly creeping forward. I've heard it's a drive-thru, so we'll see what that's all about. So this morning's a bit of a special day. The opportunity had presented itself to get the first of 2 coronavirus COVID-19 vaccinations. So that is where I find myself today, in a very long line of cars, as you just saw. And I've heard that this is a drive-through event as opposed to like getting out into a tent. And so it sounds like they're letting 4 cars in at a time, and then they'll come around to the windows and administer the vaccination. I know not everybody out there is probably thinking about getting the vaccine, but considering how much travel I do for both of my jobs, as well as, for the channel, I jumped on the opportunity to get the vaccine and kind of bring the experience to anybody else out there who might be on the fence of whether they want to get it or not. So we'll just kind of go through all the experiences and what I encounter and experience through the vaccine. So join me on this experience. So as we're sitting in line, it might be hard to tell, but there's some parachutists here. For a minute, I thought they were parachuting into their vaccine. As you can see them coming down now that there's trees and some background for perspective. I just noticed the tent. We've been sitting here for like 5 minutes and I did not even realize it was over here. So I'll try and zoom in a little bit. We can see a whole lot of cars parked. A lot of those might be, I think I can see the line right there going in, but some of these other cars might be like once they get the vaccine, they wanted to wait 15 minutes just to make sure there's no symptoms or adverse effects. And then these cars right here are probably the medical staff. But here's the tent. I'll try and zoom in as much as I can. You can't really see much because it's dark in there, but I can see the vehicles there and some people walking around. Somebody in some like blue scrubs over there. So as we get closer, we'll be able to see a little bit more of what's going on though. So we finally made the last turn. The 2 lines consolidated into 1, and now we've split into 4 lines. Yep, okay, yeah, there are 4. So we'll go up in kind of rows of 2 into the tent, and I'm not sure what happens then. I'm going to try and film the actual vaccination. If I'll ask them first. If they say they'd rather I don't, then of course I won't. But I'll try to get it all on camera. So we've made our way up to about 2 or 3 cars left to go in front of us. Let me look real quick. I know we've been here for a while. Let's get an actual number as we're panning over the tent right now. So we got in line at 11:27. It's now 1:37. So we've been in line for 2 hours and 10 minutes. So then after we get our shot here, then we'll go up over here to park and wait 15 minutes to make sure we don't have any effects. And this guy right here just came up now, double checking for the last kind of check-in before we get up to the tent. All right, so we're up pretty much in the tent. They just did the verbal screening about, am I currently sick? Have I had the vaccine yet? While they're getting ready. And then I think they might actually do the shot right here before we move up. All right, so I asked and they did give me permission. I'm trying to keep them out of the video, but you can see her prepping my arm right now. Of course, I have all the tattoos, but I love watching needles in my arm. I don't, so. Bad time almost to pull up. Okay, we're gonna pull up real quick. Luckily the needle was not in my arm yet, so we'll move up a little bit. I'll just keep filming because this is fun. I think we were about 3 seconds from the needle being in my arm. Another nurse asked if we could move up because to keep the lines moving. So, all right, we're prepped and now we're stopped. That feels like a flu shot, basically. I didn't expect it to feel like anything else. So,
So your mask and sinus are on, and you guys are required to wait for 15 minutes on the left side of the tent, okay?
Perfect. Yep. All right, so the shot is done, and now we're gonna go park for 15 minutes. There are porta potties here, but they said we're not allowed to use them, so we do have to wait in the car, and we all have to go because we've been waiting for almost 2.5 hours. I'm blocking out my my personal info, but you can see it's a COVID-19 vaccination record card. And then they've got down here the first dose. We got the Moderna vaccine, which is a 28-day period with the date and then the site of it. And then I'll turn the card over. And it has as a reminder for return of second dose. So we can get our second dose anytime starting the 6th of February for a period of 4 weeks after that. So we have about a month buffer time in which to come back. So basically the month of February we'll make our follow-up appointment to get the second dose, which is what makes the vaccine completely effective as tested. So we got about 1 or 2 minutes left of our waiting time, and actually me and the other person in the front, we got ours a little bit before the third person, so we've already been 15 minutes. Feeling fine, nothing. I've never personally had any issues with any vaccines I've ever gotten. Of course, my arm's probably going to be tender later, a little sensitive in the morning, might be a little hard to lift, but that's like any flu shot every year. I might not post this video immediately because I might add a little bit to it in the next day or two to see if I wake up feeling sluggish or whatever, but so far I'm feeling just fine. So we're on the way out, and I didn't think to start the camera until a little ways out, but like you can see the line of cars here waiting to get in there. It's 2:03 in the afternoon. So these cars we're looking at by McDonald's, it's going to be dark when they get up there, because the sun sets in about 3 hours at 5 o'clock today. And in fact, this line is longer than when we got into it, because it might even be going past here or maybe down Mission Trail here. So these cars are going to get their vaccines when it's dark, and now they have actually cops out here. Hopefully it's not an accident. Maybe they're just directing traffic. All right, so I just wanted to do, this will be the first of 2 updates that I do. It's about 6 hours after the immunization. Where I'm at right now is for the last probably 3 hours or so, my shoulder here has really been starting to ache, very much like any shot you get, a flu shot, whatever, they all feel the same. Body-wise, I feel totally fine. No sluggishness or no other symptoms like that. We'll see how I am when I wake up, and I'll do an update at around 24 hours, so about a day after I got it, and we'll see how that is. And then if I have to, like once I start editing the video, if say 2 days later I have anything significant to contribute to the video, I'll put it in at the end, but I don't suspect there to be anything that I'll need. So I'll check back in tomorrow and we'll see how I'm feeling.
24 hours later.
I woke up this morning and everything felt fine. Body-wise, there was no sluggishness. Like, sometimes when you get the flu shot, you kind of, body wears down a little bit for the first couple days. So all that was fine. However, my arm only got worse, and it's probably just because I was sleeping, so that way there was no movement of the arm, kind of like when you sprain your ankle or something. So when I woke up, I could barely lift my arm up to about here, and I've been working in the house pretty much all day. So, I have full range of movement in it, but it definitely feels like, I was in a boxing match yesterday, and they only went for my right shoulder. But all in all, nothing really major to report from the shot itself. In about 4 weeks is when I'll start looking at getting my second dose, or the booster as they're calling it. So depending on what's going on right then, I'll do a follow-up video for that one as well. Again, I know probably not everybody's going to get one, but hopefully this experience will maybe, if you're on the fence, maybe sway you towards getting it, because all the professionals are saying we need 70 to 80% for that herd immunity. I hope you do like the video. If so, please give us a thumbs up and consider subscribing to the channel. If you ring the bell below, you get notifications of all of our future videos. As always, be kind and be real, and join us on our next experience.